This fishy over here represents your worldly life. And this fishy over here represents your spiritual life. Now, you may have noticed that sometimes these fishies like to argue a lot. They don't always get along. Sometimes this white fishy over here gets jealous, they get territorial, he wants more food. This fishy over here needs to be left alone, he likes his space. And you may have noticed that sometimes it's very difficult to balance worldly and spiritual pursuits. This is a age-old question of all spiritual practitioners. How do I balance the practical everyday affairs of living in the world, like paying my taxes, paying my rent, buying food, raising a family? How do I balance that with growing myself spiritually, raising my awareness, doing meditation, going on long retreats? It seems like these two things are almost fighting each other. But what if you actually didn't need to balance worldly and spiritual pursuits? What if these two fishies were actually on the same team and they were working together? After all of reality is one. So this dichotomy that we've created between the worldly life and the spiritual life, really it's just a mental dichotomy. These two things are one and the same. And that's why in this video I'm going to be showing you how to structure your life in such a way so that your spiritual pursuits are actually fueling your worldly success, and how your worldly success can be invested properly so that you have more free time and more energy to practice spirituality and deepen your awareness. So, all right, I'm going to be showing you how these two fishies are actually on the same team. And let's begin. So I wanted to start with a little story about an old enlightened master that lived in Tibet. I think this was in 1100, so about 900 years ago. The enlightened master Marpa, who was the founder of the Kagyu lineage of Tibetan Buddhism, he was a very peculiar enlightened master because he lived on a farm with his family, and he had a wife, he had 3 kids, he plowed his fields every day, yielded his crops, took care of his home, but at the same time, he was also one of the most enlightened masters and most renowned spiritual teachers of all time. So how was Marpa able to balance the worldly life and the spiritual life? And also one of my favorite teachers, Nisargadatta Maharaj, he actually owned a convenience store where he would sell tobacco and he would sell just like random convenience items. But then at the same time, people would come to his house and talk to him, and he would give the most profound spiritual discourses that I've ever read in my entire life. So it seems like these people are doing a pretty good job of balancing their worldly life and their spiritual life. But what if you don't want to own a convenience store? What if you don't want to live on a farm? Now, there's nothing wrong with living on a farm or owning a convenience store, but what if you actually want to do what you're passionate about? Maybe that's creating art in some way, shape, or form, whatever it is. What if you want to share some kind of passionate gift with the world and also grow yourself spiritually at the same time? Now, in many spiritual circles, we really get afraid when we talk about this idea of blending together worldly success and spirituality. And rightly so, this could potentially cause a lot of corruption. So many people are afraid, oh Adam, if you talk about blending spirituality with blending meditation with making money, now you're just going to become some kind of corrupt teacher who just charges thousands of dollars for meditation practices, and now you're going to be tricking and scamming people into paying you lots of money, kind of like Kenneth Copeland, for example, who's a Christian preacher. And this guy, he kind of has like 2 private jets, and he flies around the world giving Christian sermons. And this guy, he's not really that spiritually aware. You can tell there's a lot of scandals with Kenneth Copeland. Many people ask him, why do you need all this money if, God says that a rich man won't be able, a rich man can't enter the kingdom of heaven. It'll be as difficult as a camel trying to pass through the eye of a needle. So in spirituality, spiritual circles, there's this giant stigma around trying to make money in a spiritual way. But really, as the world progresses and as times change, as the internet is around, it has never been easier to create spiritually inspired art, so that to create spiritually inspired art and to share it with the world on the internet in a way that you can monetize and you can actually support yourself and you can go full time with deepening your spirituality and sharing inspirational art. So yeah, it is possible that there is corruption that happens when we blend spirituality and worldly pursuits. That's why I'm going to be teaching you right now my system for making sure that you are actually generating genuine value for people instead of scamming them. Like, for example, I remember my girlfriend, when she was 16 or 17, she went into downtown Toronto and there was this tarot reader, or maybe she was a witch or some kind of psychic, that she got a reading from. And this psychic told her that there's a demon attached to her and that it's going to ruin her life unless my girlfriend paid this psychic, she's one of the scam psychic, pay her thousands of dollars so that she can do some voodoo witchcraft to remove the demon that has latched itself onto her. And actually, my girlfriend, she was a little bit naive when she was 16, 17 years old. She was a young girl, and she ended up paying thousands of dollars to this scam artist who just told her, oh, there's a demon attached to you. Here, pay me money so that I can get rid of it for you. Meanwhile, really, that's nothing really happened. There was no demon attached to her. It was just this person trying to convince her to use spirituality to kind of scam people to pay you money. So we're not trying to scam people. We're trying to produce genuine value and inspiration and passion. Yesterday, I watched an amazing movie by Studio Ghibli called Pompoko. And it's an anime movie. I like anime movies. And it's about these raccoons whose forest is being destroyed by industrialization. And it's just like a tale of these raccoons who can transform and they want to save their forest, basically. And for me personally, this movie was very spiritually inspiring. You could tell that the director, Hayao Miyazaki, he actually was a very spiritually inspired man. All of his drawings are inspired by nature. His message is about saving the environment and being grateful for what you have and making man and nature live in harmony. So really, when we talk about spirituality, we really need to define more clearly what is spirituality. Because many people think spirituality is just like sitting at home on a cushion and like collecting crystals and lighting sage and running away to the mountains to meditate. But that's only one type of spirituality. When you start to study Tibetan Buddhism, they talk about the union of form and formlessness, which is non-duality, which is the ultimate realization that this world here actually is the spiritual path. In the ancient Buddhists, the original Buddhist text, the Theravada Buddhists, they thought you had to escape samsara, or you had to escape the world so that you can go off and live in nirvana. You had to renounce the world to get rid of it so that you can go off, live in a cave and realize nirvana. So they say, oh, this world is suffering, let's transcend it. Forget about the world, let's go live in nirvana. But that's really going too far on one side of the pole. If you go too far onto the worldly side, then you just get sucked into video games and strip clubs and capitalism and just like living the worldly life, going too overboard in hedonism. That's what we're doing a lot in our culture today. So now the pendulum needs to swing back a little bit, and now we need to go more towards spirituality, which is what we tried to do in the past, like in the 1800s, in the Victorian era, where we would go so far into the spiritual side with Catholicism that basically ruled the entire Western Hemisphere. When you go too far to the spiritual side, then what happens is you start to denounce the world and you start to repress worldly needs, like the need for sex, the need for money, the need for having fun and being liberal and enjoying your abundance. This was what we did like in the 1400s and in the 1300s, where the Catholic Church would just force people to live impoverished, basically, because they would say, oh, if you want to have sex, that's evil, right? We want to be spiritual. The world is bad. Get rid of your worldly desires. Be a good boy and, live the spiritual life. But that's going too far to one side. And now what we've done is we say, fuck that. That doesn't work. Let's go, go to a strip club and smoke weed and have fun. And that's okay, but that also doesn't work either, because that leads to its own problems. So the Buddha taught we really want to live the middle way. Sometimes in your life, it's important to focus on your spirituality and go full steam ahead with your spirituality. But then other times in your life, you need to focus on your worldly pursuits. You need to focus on your career and making money. And there's really a time and a place for everything. Like Ecclesiastes said, everything in its season. So let's go back to defining spirituality. Spirituality is actually the entire world, right? So it's not just when you're meditating, that's spirituality. Really, the whole world is spirituality. This moment here is spirituality. That's why even the word spirituality is kind of the wrong word to use. Because even to use that word, that implies that some things are spiritual and some things are not spiritual. But that's not even true. That's why the Zen monks, they say the world, true spirituality can't be put into words. You can't even call it spirituality. Because once you call it spirituality, that creates a duality. And that creates its opposite, which is things that are not spiritual. But the truth is, everything's spiritual. This moment here is the Holy Land. Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is in your midst. It's not over there, you got to go get it. It's right here. This world right now. The room that you're in. This is the highest spiritual awakening. When you're walking down the sidewalk, that's the Buddha walking down the sidewalk. So how do we actually blend together spirituality so we can use it as a way to fuel our career and our worldly pursuits? And okay, guys, be prepared, because this is really the meat and potatoes of this video. I've spent years perfecting what I'm about to say to you right now. This is my 3-step guide for balancing spirituality and worldly success by connecting them together and realizing you don't really need to balance them as if these two fishies are fighting against each other, but we're going to make sure these two fishies are actually working together on the same team. If you want to create for yourself a very powerful life purpose, a mission in your life that you can use to lead other people towards the best versions of themselves or to inspire other people in some way, shape, or form, could be through music, dancing, singing, speaking, making video games, drawing, any way that you like, any way that pleases you, you can have a positive impact on the world, but the best way you're going to do that is by honing your spirituality. And I'm going to explain exactly how and why this works. So the first step towards basically solving your entire life and living the best possible life that is possible for human beings, you need to learn how to raise your awareness. And this is actually the foundation of your entire life. Nothing is going to work for you unless you're practicing raising your awareness. I don't even like to use the word spirituality because that people, when they hear spirituality, they think of crystals and lighting sage. But no, that really has nothing to do with spirituality. It has to do with realizing the profundity and beauty of each moment by doing things such as mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is the first one on this list. It's going to be a long list that's going to solve your entire life. Mindfulness is the most important part of this whole process of living as your best version, sharing your gift with the world, deepening your awareness. The reason why is because mindfulness, what that word actually means, is knowing what is happening now. Mindfulness could be translated as paying attention to the present moment. Or even the present moment really doesn't exist. Paying attention to the flow of life, trying to get as close to the present moment as possible, knowing that you can never really reach the present moment because the present is actually a flow. It's not a moment that you can reach. It's like, oh, I'm here. It's like, no, see, even this snap is already gone. It's a flow. You can't ever get to the present moment. You can only get as close to it as possible by being aware and awake here and now. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's kind of a twisted, weird topic, but the best way to cultivate mindfulness is through meditation. And personally, I really like using Vapasana Meditation. The word Vapasana translates to direct seeing. And what that means is for 30 minutes a day, you sit down and you put your awareness on your breath and you try and watch the breath with as much detail and with as much awareness that you can muster for that 30 minutes. So you want to cultivate an even mind that is neutral, an equanimous mind that is able to passively and actively just basically label the present moment. So mindfulness meditation, one of the best ways to practice that is with labeling. And basically what you need to do is you just need to, as you're sitting, you're labeling the rising and the falling of the breath. You're labeling the activity of your mind. You're labeling sounds that come up around you. you're labeling if you're distracted. You say to yourself, distracted. If your butt hurts, say to yourself, uncomfortable. If you're thinking, label thinking. So labeling is a very powerful mindfulness practice that I need to make an entire video about because it's a little bit complicated, but there's probably other amazing videos on YouTube you can find for yourself about mindfulness meditation. Also, another amazing practice for raising your awareness that is necessary is learning and contemplating. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to raise your awareness so that you realize that awareness is actually the source of inspiration. It's the source of your creativity. And this inspiration, secondly, you need to hone yourself so that the inspiration can be channeled into a specific source in a specific direction. So you raise your awareness, you get creativity, insight, inspiration by being present. And here, that's the source of creativity, is God itself, the universe itself, is creative. You are the creator. You have creative power. You get in touch with that source, that inspiration. Then you need to hone yourself as an instrument. You need to practice skills and learn how to channel that inspiration. You need to learn how to channel it consistently so that you can improve and get better, so that you can provide value to other people and you can impact other people by advertising and by sharing your gift and by genuinely helping people. And in that way, you can make money by giving genuine help. Not by scamming people, not by lying to them, taking their money and tricking them, but actually helping them so much for free at first that eventually people are like, hey, how the hell do I pay you? Sometimes I have people messaging me. They're like, hey, what are your rates for coaching? Like, please, for the love of God, coach me. Because I've made a lot of videos that help them. Say, hey, I like your videos. The free videos have been helping me a lot. How do I go deeper with you? How do I have more? And if you're interested, right now I'm not actually doing coaching. I'm focusing on creating this amazing course, which I'm going to talk about later at the end of the video. And it's going to kind of bridge all of this together. But yeah, okay, so we're raising our awareness, honing that awareness and becoming an instrument, and then sharing it out with the world. And there's a lot you need to learn about every single one of these steps, which is what we're talking about right now. Okay, so learning and contemplation. This is basically just raising your awareness by exploring different perspectives. Exploring books, especially. I got a whole bookshelf here right beside me. I got tons of books on the shelf. There's just like too many books. Honestly, I probably won't even end up reading them all. I'll probably get bored. But here, look, this book here, this is about raising your spiritual awareness. This is a biography of a monk. This one is about meditation. This one's about visualization. This one's about being honest. This one, see, you get the point. This one's about the hero's journey, which I'm actually going to make a video about. The point is that in whatever way you can, you need to be filling your mind and your heart with inspiration. This is fuel. Okay, so very important if you want to grow as a person, find art that inspires you. For me, books really inspire me. I learn a lot from them. And I think books are very important. I think everyone should be reading books. But what inspires you? It might be well-made movies. It might even be well-made video games. It might be dance. It might be going to the museum. The point is you want to take in other people's art that inspires you a lot. Because then you're going to start to learn about yourself. And you're going to start to learn about who you are as a person. You're going to learn about how your mind works, what makes you tick, what kind of gift you want to share. And also, contemplation is just like being curious about life, actually exploring, not getting stuck in monotony where you take life for granted, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm just waking up, yeah, I'm going to school, going to work, yeah, like, you know, this whole world isn't magical at all. It's just a three-dimensional physical system. Yep, we got, you know, cars and roads and buildings and whatever. You know, life sucks. Life is gray. Life is so terrible. The world sucks. See, this, like, these kind of ideologies, these kind of ways of thinking, what this is the result of is disconnecting from the magic of now. When people say, oh, life sucks, everything's going to shit, we ruin the world. Hey, wait a second. Have you noticed how cool your body is? Have you noticed that your body exists? That's pretty interesting, don't you think? Maybe we should explore it a little bit more. Let's go dance. Let's go have sex. Let's go enjoy the magic of creation. Holy fuck, it's amazing. What's going on right now? Moving my fingers? How am I even doing this? So whenever you get stuck in like nihilistic philosophies, oh, nothing matters, everything sucks, I'm just gonna, you know, go hang myself. What has happened there is that you've been disconnected from the magic of now. Nobody has taught you to remember, hey, look, hey, hello, you're alive. Pay attention, what's going on? Wow, magical, beautiful reality. Let's go explore, let's go enjoy it, let's be curious. There's all kinds of beautiful things to enjoy, even just like on your phone, like the internet. It's pretty amazing. Go explore, go for a walk, go look at a tree, go look at the leaves. Oh, see, if leaves aren't interesting to you, it's probably because you haven't practiced enough mindfulness meditation and you're not actually aware that reality is a miracle. How does it exist? Where did it come from? It's not just the Big Bang 17 billion years ago. It's nothing to do with the Big Bang. It's not like reality was created in the past and like now it's done. Now it's just like whatever. Reality is in the process of creation. It's being created now. Someone asked me, hey Adam, when was the universe created? My answer is now. It's being created. The universe is a process. Observe it. Be curious about it. Contemplate it. Learn about it. This is raw inspiration. When you kind of do this practice, you're kind of putting yourself in alignment with the source of creation. I'm actually curious, okay, what is reality? What is this? Now all of a sudden, I'm actually aligning myself with the creative force of reality. And this is a kind of raw power or raw inspiration that you can hone and channel into some kind of art form, whether it be a film or a painting or a dance or a lecture, whatever it is. And we're going to talk about how to actually do that in just a few minutes. So the next practice for raising your awareness, I dropped my marker. Where did it go? Oh, okay. Guess we're using a red marker. So the next one is using psychedelics, right? So this topic I've talked about a lot on my channel. It's very important that if you do plan on using psychedelics, that you use them responsibly and you realize that psychedelics only work if you also implement everything else that I'm talking about here today. So if you're meditating, learning, contemplating, raising your awareness, then at that point, yeah, psychedelics could be a great boost for you. Extremely powerful. Amazing for working through emotional trauma or becoming inspired. You want to talk about inspiration? Try doing some psychedelics, like some mushrooms or some LSD. talk about inspiration. If I do a mushroom trip, I'll have new video ideas for the next 10 years. I got all 10 years of videos planned out just from 6 hours of tripping on mushrooms. The reason why is because psychedelics can raise your awareness in 20 minutes, in an hour. Next thing you know, your awareness is through the roof, and all of a sudden your mind is being pummeled by creative insights. And these insights aren't very useful unless you can do something with them, which is what we're going to talk about next in the Hone Yourself section. But yeah, so psychedelics are a great tool for raising your awareness. Also, yoga. Yoga is great. Hatha yoga is great. That's the one where you stretch your body and be very in your body. Love that one. Kriya yoga is another type of yoga that involves deep breathing, visualizations, and sometimes affirmations as well. So Hatha yoga, Kriya yoga, look into yoga. Very powerful ways for raising your awareness. Also, intake inspiring art. Even journaling is very good because journaling is a form of self-reflection. So sometimes when I feel really lost in my life, or I feel like it's not going in the right direction, or I don't know what to do next, I just sometimes go out into a field, sit on the grass. I don't do that now because it's -10 weather and there's about like 5 inches of snow on the floor here in Toronto. But I spend time journaling. Just self-reflect. How do I feel right now? And then just spew out your feelings on the page. That's such a powerful practice. I love doing this. Spew your feelings out on the page. However you feel, write it down. Just let it flow. I fucking hate my life. What the hell is wrong with me? Good. Write all of it. Get it all out. I've been there. And this is actually a very healing experience. This is one of the best ways to do shadow work, because when you put an idea from your mind and you actually put it onto paper, that's making something that might be repressed in your psyche. It's actually getting it out and it's making it clear and apparent. Ken Wilber calls this turning a subject into an object. So these thoughts are in your mind. This is what you're thinking. This is your thinking style. This is the way you're thinking. This is you. And when you can put that onto a paper, now you, who is the subject where you're looking from, is now becoming the object that you can look at. And when you can look at yourself, that's how you grow. That's how awareness works. That's how mindfulness works. You're just observing yourself. Use your awareness to transcend your mind and to look at it. Not to look from it, to look at it. See, there's a difference. This is turning a subject into an object. A technical point that I don't want to get into too much right now. All right, so let's move into the next way, the next, the next section that is helping you master your life and balance spirituality and actually use spirituality or raising awareness as fuel for succeeding in the world, which we're going to get to here in this part, in the advertise section. Hone yourself is the next part, and the way you hone yourself is by, I'm going to write this kind of small, but I'm writing becoming an instrument. Becoming an instrument of the universe. This is something that should be your top priority. How do I align myself with the creative source of now? And then how can I become an instrument to channel creativity? Because the creativity is not mine. It doesn't belong to me. These ideas that I'm sharing with you now, Adam didn't make these ideas. This is the collection of thousands of years of evolution, first of all. books. Not that I read every single book on earth, but I've read many different books. My own life experiences, my own karma, my past lives, all of that stuff, the entire collective consciousness, all of that is where these ideas came from. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. It's not like I invented mindfulness meditation. No, there have been thousands of people who have perfected this practice before me. I listen to them, I use the practice, now I can reach a little bit further. Because now I don't have to devote my whole life deriving meditation. It's already been solved for me. It's already been given to me. Now I don't have to worry about it anymore. I just do it. I learn, I learn and I do it, and now I can worry about other things like succeeding and making an impact on society. So yeah, become an instrument, and the best way to do that is to master a medium. Master a medium, master a skill. This is awesome. So my little brother, he's in grade 12. He just started learning how to draw digitally on the computer. He's learning just like a sketchpad program, basically. He gets a lot of awesome ideas for video game characters, concept art, even concept art, is that the word? Yeah, so even like environments for video games. My brother's a really creatively minded person, so I keep telling him, hey, just like learn a skill. Any skill that can help you channel your creativity. So master a medium. What's your medium? For me, it's recording videos on YouTube and posting them. This is my medium right now. Took me a while to learn this. I had to buy a camera. I had to learn how it works. Learning a camera for the first time, that's like interfacing with an alien object. It's like, imagine an asteroid landed on Earth and there was an alien device in the asteroid, and human beings are trying to use it for the first time, and we're like, what the fuck is this? How there's no buttons on it. What does this do? Okay? That's how I first used my camera. I was like, what's going on here? Right? But after, a year of practicing, now I'm mildly okay at it. I'm good enough to turn it on and record, basically. That's what I got so far. Many people are amazing with their cameras. They spend years working on it. This is the best I got so far, okay? So master a medium. My medium really is not camera. My medium is speaking and talking and thinking out loud, basically. So that's my actual medium that I've been working on and mastering, just because it's fun for me. I like it. So pick a medium you like. It could be Photoshop. It could be film creation. It could be digital design. I think those are like the same things. Could be dance. It could be I said dancing twice. Could be singing. So whatever your medium is, your medium is like the form through which your insights come. So in what way do you get inspired? When you get a creative insight, what form does it come in? That's master your medium. The way you master your medium is through deliberate practice. And what this means is just practicing on purpose every single day. So practicing consistently, not once a week, not once a month, practicing every single day. It doesn't matter how busy you are. Oh, I'm sorry, you have homework, you have work. I know you do. So I did I went to school. I had the rugby team, the tons of AP class homework, barely any time. I had to, do my meditation, barely any time, but still I would be reading books on just a little bit. Just 30 minutes a day is really all you need. In my last video, I said don't wait until the situation is perfect to do what you're passionate about. Don't wait for a change in situation to start. Or wait, what was that quote? Don't wait for a change in situation to start. And I lost it. Okay, let's move on. So deliberate practice is like 1 hour of practice per day. And you have to be leaning past your comfort zone. Leaning into your edge. So you need to do something that you're not comfortable doing. You've never done it before. So like me learning a camera, I've never done it before. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's scary. This device is terrifying. Like the lens, I'm scared to touch the buttons if it messes up the settings or whatever. This is me leaning past my comfort zone. I don't want to learn a new skill. But I just a little bit every single day. Just do what I can today. The best way to grow yourself, to hone yourself as an instrument, just dive into stuff. Head first. Start doing things. Oh, I'm going to make a YouTube video. I don't know how. Okay, let's get the camera set up. I don't know where to put it. Okay, Adam says put it in front of a window. Most people say that. Okay, good. Put it in front of a window. Great. Okay, I don't know how this works. What setting do I use? Nobody knows. You just start where you're at. Do something uncomfortable every single day. Because think about it like this. If you, let's do a drawing. If you push your edge every single day, imagine this red circle, this red hemisphere is your edge. All you have to do is push a little bit beyond your edge. Because you can't push all the way beyond your edge because then you're going to get overwhelmed, you're going to get afraid, and then you're going to quit. So you just got to push a little bit beyond your edge every day. Then the next day, your edge is going to expand. And then if this is a consistent practice and you're always pushing beyond your edge a little bit every single day, now every single day you're going to get a little bit further. And then a little bit further. And then a little bit further. And then that's actually how you make progress. Now see, look, we've actually moved now in a direction through consistent, deliberate practice. And pushing beyond your edge. The only way you do this consistently and actually keep it going is by having a vision and a clarity of vision. So you need to actually know, okay, where am I going to be in 5 years? What kind of impact do I want to have on the world? This is where raising your awareness helps. Because now you have a little bit of spiritual awareness. You're starting to feel good. You're starting to eliminate your bad habits. You're starting to implement new habits. You're starting to see the world in a different way. To connect to yourself on a deeper level. Feeling inspired. Now you're like, okay, I have all these good feelings going on. What do I want to do with them? How do I want to impact people? So having a vision for yourself, where you want to be, what you want to share, how you want to live, who you want to live around. These are all important things to think about. I talk about in my video, getting crystal clear about what you want in your life. This is how you create a vision for yourself. And then you need to actually program your subconscious mind. So I'm just going to write, instead of program your subconscious mind, I'm just going to write the words law of attraction, LOA. Law of attraction is extremely powerful. It's a deep universal law. Guys, again, I would love if law of attraction was fake and it didn't work, because then I could spend all day just debunking it, but it's not fake. It does work, because what we're talking about here is programming your subconscious mind with your vision, with your ideal version of yourself. Think about, if am I living in my dream destination? Let's say you want to live in Thailand on the beach with monks around meditating, and there's a jungle and there's a beautiful blue ocean. Okay, that's where you want to live. You want to live in a beach house with your beautiful girlfriend or your beautiful boyfriend. You want to make YouTube videos, or you want to make art and, post it online somehow, which we're going to talk about in the next section. Okay, that's your vision. who do you have to be every day? What is the version of you who is in that ideal state, in that ideal circumstance? What is that version doing consistently every day? So if you want to be a painter and you want to make a full-time living painting, that's super possible. Especially in the age of the internet, why not make a full-time living doing what you love? You could be like Marpa or like Nisargadatta Maharaj, where you can live on a farm and plow the fields. If that's what you want to do, okay, you can do that. If you want to sell tobacco at the convenience store, okay, you can do that. But we live in the age of the internet. Why not just share a passionate form of art with the world? All of reality is spiritual after all. So why don't you just do what you want? Choose whatever works for you. You don't have to go and work at Wall Street in order to make money. It's actually very possible to make money without a huge social media following. You don't need a massive social media following to make money online, sharing your art. So if you want to be a painter, for example, okay, so you're honing your skill. You're mastering your medium every day. The ideal version of you, who's a full-time painter who lives in Thailand on the beach, that version of you paints every day because you love it. Or else you wouldn't be doing it. So 4 or 5 hours a day you might be painting. So you got to think to yourself, okay, how much am I painting now, today in my life? Let's say you work, at some kind of business in downtown Toronto. You go to work, you wear a suit and tie every day. You don't really want to do that. You want to be on Thailand painting on the beach. So how much do you paint every day? How much do you paint? Once a week? You will only get the ideal version of your reality when your character matches that ideal version. So you need to visualize who is the character, who is the version of Adam that is living his ideal life. What does he do every day? So for me, it's just making videos, making content, reading books, contemplating videos, making courses, sharing personal development information, working out, eating healthy. That's what the ideal version of me is doing. So that's what I'm doing because I'm the ideal version of me. And it all works. I feel great. Look, everything's working. It's all good. So that's how you get the law of attraction to work for you. You need to program your subconscious mind using affirmations, visualizations, going over your vision daily in the morning when you wake up and then at night before you go to sleep. And then you're going to start to live as the ideal version of yourself with all your habits in place, and then your outer reality will start to reflect and mirror your inner reality. Because who you are as a person dictates what results you get in your life, who you see yourself as. That's the law of attraction. That's how it actually works. All right, so other ways to hone yourself as an instrument are through organization or organizing. So I'm talking about organizing your physical environment. Some of you listening to me right now have a messy fucking room. A messy room. It's a fucking mess. Your closet is full of shit. Your floors haven't been vacuumed or swept in months. Your drawers are full of nonsense. Get rid of that stuff. You don't need it anymore. Take a day. Go through your entire house. Throw everything out. You don't need it anymore. Now, I'm not being literal. Obviously, don't throw away like important documents, like, important shit you're going to regret later. But most of the stuff you haven't looked at, that stuff in the back of your closet that's been there since you were, 10 years old, that stuff, do you need it? No, you don't need it. Get rid of it. Throw it out. Donate it. So that's just organizing your environment. Make sure that the floors are swept. Your room is organized. It's dusted. Everything's in its proper place. The surfaces are clean. It sounds stupid, but the Stephen Pressfield in his book The War of Art, he said, "The muse will not dare to enter a messy room because she doesn't want to spoil her gown." So Stephen Pressfield said he used to write, because he was a writer, he used to write his books in the back of a van, where he literally lived in a van. The trunk of the van was full of shit. It was full of garbage. And in order for him to write, he literally had to dig his typewriter out from under a pile of garbage just so that he can write a few pages. Do you think that's an effective strategy for living your passion? No, it's not. He says the muse, if you want to prepare your environment, keep it clean so that when the muse comes, she won't spoil her gown. The muse represents inspiration. The muse is like the feminine energy or the inspiring force of life. You know, keep your house clean. It's like a guy. If you bring a girl home from the club, but your fucking house is a disgusting mess, she's gonna run away. So you want to keep your area clean, keep things tidy. All right, that's organization. And then also organizing, that's your physical environment. Then organizing your mental environment as well. That's great by doing journaling practices, which I'm going to have to make another video about to talk about that in detail in my course. But I'm also going to talk about it in another video as well, where the journaling exercises are like, you need to, in the morning, tell yourself, what am I going to do today? You actually write it down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. This is what needs to get done today. Then schedule it into your planner. See, you guys, you got to understand something about me. If I'm telling you to organize your stuff, something is deeply wrong. Because I am the least organized person on the planet. Naturally, I leave everything around. I take off my sweater and I just throw it wherever I want it to go. And I just leave it there. I got clothes lying around. I'm not a clean and organized person. Ask my mom. She knows. I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm a fucking mess, okay? Naturally. The reason why is because my personality type, if you get into Myers-Briggs, you look at, my type is ENTP, meaning that I prefer to kind of live in the moment and be creative and spontaneous as opposed to being organized and structured. I don't like structure. I like things to be free-flowing, which tends to create a lot of mess in the environment. So if I'm telling you to be organized, then you know it's very important, okay? I've implemented some basic organizational habits like cleaning, dusting, sweeping, washing the dishes, and then journaling as well, getting your mind in order. What do I need to do today? What do I need to schedule? Do you have a planner? Do you have actually like a daily planner? Do you know what you're going to do each day? Very important. You need to know what you're going to do, or else it won't get done. I know I've spent years not knowing what I want to do. So that's why I'm like, okay, fuck. Finally, you know, at the last straw, finally I decided to buy a planner. Okay? Because I don't like being organized, but I realize you have no choice. All right. Also, so habits are very important. So we're trying to hone ourselves as an instrument, right? We're trying to be the vehicle of God's love. That's the point of your life. In whatever way you need to share the gift of creation with reality, because it's going to make you happy. Not that you need to do this because, oh, that's the only way to make money. There's tons of ways to make money, soul-sucking ways to make money that you're going to hate. Not that hard. But if you want to actually earn a livelihood that is in alignment with spiritual growth, and you know, you can actually grow yourself and make money as you're growing yourself at the same time, That's the ultimate setup, if you think about it. That's easier than ever in the 21st century. It's very difficult to do that in the 60s. Now you can do it in the 21st century. You got the internet, you got resources that are helping you do it. You have a free platform. You can share your gift with the world for $0. You probably already have a phone, so you can record yourself doing something like painting, share it for free. YouTube doesn't charge you to post anything. In the 80s, if you want to write a book, you'd have to go find a publisher. They would reject you, say, no, we don't want to publish your book. You'd have to go, that's a difficult process. Now there's basically no barrier to entry. And since there's no barrier to entry, you might say, then the market's overcrowded. But no, it's not. The market is overcrowded with mediocrity. Because anyone can join. Average Joe can make a YouTube channel. But the point is, if you want to share your gift in some way, it doesn't have to be YouTube, could be Instagram, TikTok, any platform that other people can see. If you want to share your gift in that way, you need to, if you're following this advice here, that's going to radically differentiate you from the crowd. You're going to be completely different. And this advice here, it's modular, it's unique. You can fit it into your life. It's not like, you're just going to copy me, and then you're going to just do exactly what Adam does. You can do this. You can use these principles. Notice, they're modular. I didn't tell you what to do. I told you how to do it. Okay? So organizing is very important. Habits. Okay, so you need to have a consistent morning routine. If you want to hone yourself as an instrument of creation, you need to have a consistent morning routine where every morning you are doing something that lifts you up and elevates your spirits. So for me, very simple. I wake up in the morning, I review my vision first thing in the morning. Before I even get out of bed, I'm already reading my vision because I want to program my subconscious mind. That way, it's much easier for me to talk on the camera. I don't need to think about what I have to say because it's already been brewing in my subconscious mind. I don't even have to think about it, and it just flows out because I program my highest values, the great goals and achievements I want to create. I program myself with that first thing in the morning before I get out of bed. I do a little bit of journaling, 2 minutes of journaling, very brief. Hey, what do I want to do today? Very brief. And then I get out of bed. I drink some lemon water because I'm dehydrated in the morning. So are you. Make sure you hydrate first thing in the morning. And then I just basically move my body a little bit. Like whatever feels good. I used to go to the gym in the morning, but honestly, it's so much work to go all the way to the gym to in first thing in the morning, and the odds are that I'm not going to do it every day and won't be consistent. So what I've done instead to make sure I stay consistent is just to do body weight workouts by doing burpees, push-ups, rocket jumps, sit-ups, whatever gets me in my body, and also just stretching, kind of moving the way I am now, just getting the energy, jumping up and down, bouncing, getting awake and aware, hey, okay, I'm awake, I'm here, I'm alive. You move your body, dance a little bit, shake it out, get in your body. That's what I do. And then after about 15, 20 minutes of that, it's literally just me moving however I want to for 20 minutes. It's just weird, whatever feels good, I do it. And then, after that, I meditate. So I meditate for 30 minutes in the morning, where I do Vapasana Mindfulness Meditation. I watch my breath. Been doing it for years. It works amazing. I love it. Thank you to my teachers who taught me how to do it. The best thing ever. I just watch the rising and the falling of the breath, and it's something I'm practicing. I'm still not a master. Might take me 50 years to be a master, but I'm getting better slowly. And after I meditate, I get into a cold shower. This is something I just recently started doing, and it's hard because, like I said, it's -10 weather and there's 5 inches of snow outside. But the cold shower, for me personally, just wakes me right the fuck up. The water's ice cold, like nails, and I hate it, but that's why I love it, because I hate it so much. And it's just like pure pain for like a minute or two, and I try my best to breathe and to like stay conscious during the experience. I try not to resist. I try to like stay open. But then after I get out of the cold shower, I'm ready to fucking go and to do something that I'm passionate about. And for me, that's making a video. For you, that could be painting or art or something. Now, I know a lot of you have to go to work in the morning. You have to go to school in the morning. I understand. That's why if you can do a condensed morning routine, kind of like mine, where literally for 15 minutes, I just move my body a little bit. You can do 15 minutes of meditation, then you can do 30 minutes of something you're passionate about. That only takes an hour total. So if you can, devote an hour consistently every single day, first thing in the morning before you go to school or before you go to work, that's going to start to program your subconscious mind. That's the key here. Whatever you do consistently is who you become. So ask yourself, what am I doing consistent? What do I do in the morning? Whatever you do in the morning, that's who you are. So if the first thing you do is check your phone and, watch some porn like I used to do, or, hit a bong first thing in the morning, go eat some chocolate, okay, that's who you are. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I've been there. It's kind of fun, to be honest. But it gets to a point where you're like, okay, this isn't really as deeply satisfying as I want it to be. My life could be a lot deeper, more profound, more connected to my passion. But instead I'm eating chocolate and hitting bongs. And it doesn't feel that good. My stomach hurts, my brain feels foggy. So after you've experienced what you don't want, now you're in the perfect position to choose what you do want. And you'll be able to appreciate it more because you've suffered so much. That's why the spiritual path always begins with suffering. I know, guys, in many cases, life sucks. And you find spiritual content or you listen to what I'm saying because, hey, I don't know what the fuck's going on in my life, but this guy Adam or these other teachers on YouTube, they kind of seem to know what's going on. I need some help. That's where I was. I was playing video games all day, 12 hours a day, watching porn all day, smoking weed. And it's like, I felt terrible. I was Googling on the internet. It's like, please, someone help me. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to be happy. Teach me, please. And then I learned all of this shit after 5 years. And it's amazing. And I feel much better now, to be honest. I feel happy and inspired. All right. And okay, so learning skills, we already talked about that. Organizing habits, doing the same thing. Managing your energy. So at night, so the morning is important, but then the night is important as well. You need to make sure your night is equally as conscious as your morning. So at night, again, reviewing your vision, listening to affirmations. Recently, I recorded myself saying affirmations. Super amazing. I'll show you step by step how to make that in another video. But yeah, so your night, make sure there's no bright white lights around that have blue light that prevents you from sleeping properly. You want to have low light. Buy yourself a face mask if your room isn't dark enough. And, don't be on your phone before bed. Read a book or review your vision. Do some journaling. Because if your night is conscious, your morning is going to be conscious. And then when your morning's conscious, your day is going to be conscious. And then you're going to live a conscious life if you do it consistently and you stick to it. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was diet and exercise. Okay, this is still becoming an instrument of God. Very important. If your body is a vehicle, you want to feed it the best gas. Okay, and food is your gasoline. So yesterday for dinner, I had some brown rice and some steamed broccoli and some sweet potatoes in the oven. That was my dinner, and it was amazing. Honestly, it worked for me. I love roasting vegetables in the oven. I love making soup, vegetable soup. Every once in a while, I eat meat. Not that frequently, though. It's just mostly roasted vegetables. In the morning, I like to have a smoothie or some kind of fruit. Then at night, I like to have vegetables, basically. And I eat a lot. I eat a lot of food. I have a very overactive brain. It burns a lot of energy. So I eat a lot of food. There's nothing wrong with that as long as the food you're eating is healthy. Okay? And exercise is indispensable. You need to exercise every day. You have no choice, really, or else you're going to feel like shit. So you got to get moving, stretching, going for long walks, exercise, daily exercise. That's going to improve your energy and your mood. It's going to make you feel awake and clear so that you can execute on all of these other things. Okay? Notice that all of these work together into each other. So exercise, that's about leaning into your edge. And that's about deliberate practice because you have to improve your exercise skills. And that will help you with your learning and your psychedelic trips. So all of these are they're all kind of feeding into each other. Okay? So right now I'm going to take a 1 second break. I'm going to switch my camera battery and then we're going to talk about, okay, we got all this good stuff going on in your life. Now you're an instrument. How do we actually turn this into a career? How do we make money off of this? I'm sharing gifts with the world. How do I share it so that it impacts people and so that when people are impacted, I can get money in return so that I can have more free time and energy so that I can do more of this. And it's just like a feedback loop, a positive cycle of growth for you and for the people that you're impacting. I'm going to teach you how to set that up in just a second, so don't go anywhere. All right, so now I'm going to share with you how to advertise your passion to the world so that you can impact people. And when you impact a bunch of people in a very deep and meaningful way, you can't help but get money and abundance in return because the more abundance you put out into the universe, the more you get back. I remember when I had just literally 500 subscribers on YouTube, not that many. I was making videos. I was making just videos about meditation just for fun. Hey guys, I'm going to tell you about how meditation works. And I explain it. And someone reached out to me from YouTube. They were like, yeah, we're part of the YouTube creator program. And we loved your video about making meditation, about doing meditation. We want to feature you in our COVID stay at home video. And in my video, I said one sentence. It was literally like, you can meditate wherever you want. That was the only sentence I said. And then the rest of the video, I was talking about like how to meditate. There's no such thing as bad meditation. That's what the video is called. So it was kind of a mediocre, basic video. I don't even know how these people found it. It only had like 100 views. But someone reached out to me. They're like, hey, we want to use a clip of you in our slideshow. We'll pay you $500. And I was just like, okay, so I agree to that. I consent. You're allowed. And the clip came out. I have no clue where it is, but it was literally like 1 second. Maybe I'll find it and link it in the description. But it was literally like 1 second of me just saying one sentence, which was just, you can meditate wherever you want, or something like that. And then that was it. That was the only part where I was in it, and I got paid $500 for that. And how did that happen? How did that happen? Because I was just putting myself out, putting out my surplus energy. So the whole point of step 1 and step 2, cultivating awareness and honing yourself as an instrument, this is building surplus energy within you. This is what Stephen Covey calls private victory. You have to win in private, And then once you're winning in your life in private, then you can overflow your surplus energy and then go on to win in public. But first you have to win in private. You can't skip any of these steps, none of them. If you skip one of them, it won't work. This is what I've fucking learned. You have to implement all of these steps or else it doesn't work. It's crazy. I don't know why. And maybe try it. Try missing some of these steps. Maybe somehow you can figure it out. But for me, all these steps are essential, necessary. I've only given you what's necessary. Everything else I've cut out. So raising awareness, honing yourself, this is build surplus energy, private victory, and then you can overflow into public victory where you're actually sharing. So Arnold Schwarzenegger said, what did he say? He said, work your ass off and advertise. And that's exactly the plan here. Work your ass off and advertise. Okay? Those are the two steps for ultimate success. Work your ass off and advertise. So how do you advertise? What's the best way to advertise today? Well, I've been learning marketing and marketing basically from my teachers and gurus because I don't know this stuff. I didn't know this stuff in the past. Now I do, and it's working great for me. In the 21st century, the only effective form of marketing is called content marketing. Content marketing. Okay? This is the only way that this is going to work. If you want to grow yourself as a person, share your passion with the world, you have to do it for free at first. And this is actually good for you because you enjoy sharing your passion with the world, right? It's fun. You actually like it. This video here is free. You guys are watching it for free right now. This content marketing actually helps you practice honing your skill. So one of my other books, it's called Real Artists Don't Starve. He says, practice in public. And that's basically what you need to do. With content marketing, you're giving free value in the form of YouTube videos, Instagram videos, TikTok videos. Notice how videos are kind of the main thing. Could be writing as well. Writing posts, blog, but some kind of free, high quality value that you're pushing out. And remember, in the beginning, you suck. You don't know what to do in the beginning. You're lost. You don't know which buttons to press. You don't know what to say. You're stumbling, tripping over your words. That's how it is in the beginning. But since you have a vision and since you're passionate, you're raising your awareness and you're actually inspired, the content marketing is the vehicle through which you're going to make all of this work together. Content marketing is important because this gives people an opportunity just to be helped by you for free. This makes people know you, like you, and trust you. So most people reach out to me. They're like, Adam, please coach me. What's your rate? And again, I'm not doing coaching. I'm going into making courses now. But what was I going to say? So the reason why people are reaching out to me in the first place is because they found me for free online. That's how it works, guys. There's no way around it. You need to make some kind of free content that's valuable, that helps people, that's made well. One of my favorite teachers, Leo Gura on actualize.org, he makes free videos that are hours long, 2 hours, 3-hour lectures, the whole structure of reality explained, 3 hours. Here you go, guys, for free. Every single week for free. Here you go, guys, for free. He could charge thousands of dollars for that stuff. He doesn't. He gives it away for free. Why? Few reasons. Number one, it just feels good to give stuff away for free. Here, guys, I've been working on myself, doing all this stuff. I made some beautiful art. Here, guys, enjoy it. So it feels good. Plus, it increases your reach and your impact. Your goal needs to be impact. The three stages here are source. Imagine I can write in the air here. Source, channel the source into having an impact. So you cultivate source energy, creative energy, channel it through yourself, and so that it can go in a specific direction and impact people in a positive way. Content marketing is the best way to do that. Basically you just need to start today where you're at. If you just heard about all this stuff for the first time today, maybe it's best you just spend some more time learning and studying before you make free content. That's okay. Nothing wrong with studying and researching in the beginning. I spent 2 years before I ever made a YouTube video just learning full time. Videos, books, meditation retreats full time before I started making videos, just because I just wanted to learn. And then after 2 years it hit me, oh shit, I should fucking talk about something on YouTube. And then I started doing it, and here we are. But so content marketing, that's the secret key. When you feel ready, just begin. And actually, that's bad advice. Begin when you're 80% ready. So you'll never ever be 100% ready. But when you're 80% ready, begin. Make something. Okay? So next, I'm actually giving you business advice. I've paid for this shit, okay? I've paid thousands of dollars, like literally $10,000 for a lot of this information that I'm sharing. It's free now. Here you go. It's free, okay? Basically, and we're talking about now creating a business and monetizing your passion. What you need to do next is have some kind of low barrier offer, LBO. Let's just write the words low barrier. And usually that's just an email capture. So email capture. Okay? So hey guys, if you wanted to raise your awareness and actually expedite this process of raising your awareness, I have a free guided meditation called the Hollow Body Meditation. It's extremely powerful for raising your consciousness, and it was actually taught to me by a Tibetan Lama. After practicing it for 8 days, I actually had a spiritual awakening experience. If you want to use it for free, click the first link in the pinned comment, and you got to put in your email, and then I have your email address, and I don't spam you, I don't share it with other people, but now you're on my email list, and now I can actually share with you a weekly newsletter where I give you insights for free. Sometimes I have an insight, a deep lesson about life similar to these videos here, and I just share it in email form. That's it. It's important to capture emails because when YouTube blows up and burns and the apocalypse happens and, YouTube decides to get rid of the dislike button, the like button, the actual video, the recommended videos, the search bar, when YouTube decides to get rid of everything and they just completely bomb the whole platform, that's going to happen eventually unless YouTube evolves and grows, but nothing lasts forever. So it's very important that you have at least a small email list. Right now I have like 50 people subscribed on my list. If you're one of the people that subscribed, hey, I don't know if you read my emails, but I put a lot of work and effort into just making them valuable and entertaining and have deep lessons in them. Hope you're enjoying those. Once you have people's emails, then you can start to offer them your programs or your services in some way where it's like, hey guys, I'm putting together this program. You want to fill out this survey? Maybe you'd be interested. Or hey, you might like this thing that I'm making. It's gonna help you. Here, check it out. So that's the point of the email capture. And also, that just gets people used to doing business with you. So many people, I'm telling you, many people on YouTube have 100,000 subscribers, but they're not making a lot of money because they don't actually have a business set up around it. It's just like videos. and they're just like trying to live on ad revenue and selling merch. Like, guys, what if I made a shirt with my pretty face on it? So here, guys, here's Adam's face on a shirt. I might make one of those. But merch, like, I don't like merch. It's so like low hanging fruit. Like, yeah, guys, I made a shirt. Here, buy my shirt. Like, I don't know. I don't like merch. I personally prefer stuff that actually helps people, like a guided meditation, for example. You could put together a free, so you need a lead magnet, basically, in order to capture someone's email. You need a lead magnet. So you just make something for free, okay? Could be a free course, could be a free tutorial on how to do something, whatever your target audience wants. So the next thing is, when you're advertising, think about, who are you trying to help? Who? For me, I'm still trying to figure that out. No, I'm just kidding. For me, it's basically people who are interested in becoming the best version of themselves and who want to grow themselves and maybe have been lost in life in the past, like I was, addicted to video games and Netflix and have no direction or purpose in my life. Now I'm actually helping you, get your shit together, basically. That's pretty much my target audience. I think of it more terms in spiral dynamics, helping orange and green move into yellow. That's how I phrase it to myself. And yeah, so you need a lead magnet, and what that does is that it basically gives people, hey, I'm going to trade you your email for this free value-packed gift, like this guided meditation that I spent thousands of dollars for the Lama to teach me this meditation on the retreat, and now I walked you through it for free. Here you go. It's free, and also subscribe to my email list as a bonus. Okay, so you need a lead magnet, and then you also need to know your niche target audience. You don't have to be too clear about that in the beginning, but just in general, I always think of myself as helping young people who are maybe ages 15 to 25, maybe 15 to 30, helping people with their personal development, with their spirituality, who are serious and ambitious with their lives. All right. Also, okay, so yeah, so when you're learning about your target audience, you need to do market research. So this is very simple, just kind of looking around and seeing what are other people doing. So look at other creators that inspire you. Might be, like for me, Aaron Doughty is a big inspiration for me, as with every single other person who tries to make personal development, law of attraction style videos. Leo Gura is a big inspiration for me. And I just look at their business model. I look, okay, what are they doing? And how can I model it? Right? Like, what's working for them? And how can I model it? Not to copy them, but just to take inspiration and to put my own twist on it. So you can do market research. Look in your market. So let's say you're doing painting or something, right? Other painting YouTubers or painters that you love. Research them. What do they do every day? What are their habits? What are their systems? What does their sales page look like? If they have a product or a course, what does the sales page look like? What kind of words do they use? What does their lead magnet look like? What kind of colors do they use on their website? So you got to kind of start to have an eye for this. Look at other people's marketing. And yeah, one thing I definitely want to improve is my channel banner. I'm going to fix it today, actually. Yeah, so look at other creators. You can also put out surveys like I've been doing. Hey guys, are you interested in this? If so, tell me why or whatever. Like, you guys interested in spirituality? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Now I know. Now I know like 50% of people who watch me are interested in spirituality. Okay, great. It's a good statistic to know. Now I know what kind of content people want to see. And basically, you're trying to solve a problem for people. So once you know your niche, you know your target audience, you know the problems that people have. And once you know the problems that people have, then you can fix them. Basically, you can create some kind of service or product that fixes their problem. And now everybody's winning. Somebody has a problem. You're fixing their problem. Not that you're scamming them, where you're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll fix your problem, but then you just like charge them $10,000, you take all their money, and then you run away and you move to a different country. No, we're actually helping each other. This is the economy of helping each other. I help you, you help me, everyone's winning. It's not a competition. Okay, this is very important, especially in the spiritual community. There are a lot of money blocks where people feel bad about charging for their services. This is something I had to go through a lot, where I feel bad coaching someone. I'm helping them dig into their life, dig into their mind, fix all of their issues from the root. And, I feel bad charging them a few $1,000s for a coaching package. At the beginning, I had to get over that. But then I realized, people are spending a few $1,000s on random nonsense that isn't helping them at all. Some people spend $500 on a pair of shoes, like Jordans. What is that going to do for you besides look nice on your feet? $500, I'm offering to transform your entire life for, around that price. And, what would you rather buy with your money? So my point is that people are buying shoes with their money, but you're afraid of, helping them deeply and inspiring their soul and charging for that. Because there's this belief like, oh, spiritual teachings, they should always be free. Or art, that's spiritually inspired, you should give it away for free. Not really. You need to eat too. Right? Because if you eat, then you can make more art and you can help people more. So there's no reason to be afraid of charging. And also so that's the reinvestment there. So you charge and then you reinvest. Okay? Just some practical tips, like some great websites that are good for making a lead capture, like ClickFunnels, and then email services like ActiveCampaign or MailChimp, great for making an email list. You want to make a lead magnet, you got to use ClickFunnels. Market research, there's different websites like Woofu, you can make a survey on there, send it out to your audience, and reinvest. So now guys, obviously there's a lot to learn here. There's a lot of stuff. And I'm really trying my best to cover as much of it as possible for free. But obviously I can't cover all of this, which is why I'm actually making a course that is helping you align your life with your passion to do exactly this. Raise your awareness, hone yourself as an instrument of creation, and then actually advertise it and make money and profit off of it. And you don't need a big following to do that. I was able to go full time with my passion with just 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers in that range. That's when I started making really in-depth content that was actually getting me coaching clients that was enough for me to pay my rent and buy my food. So think about your life. If you could do that in some way, you don't need 1 million subscribers. You just need a few hundred, a few thousand subscribers that you have a deep relationship with, because you actually help them a lot. You're generous. And you have a lot of energy and wisdom to share in your way, not in my way. You're better at certain things than I am. Right? You might be a good painter. I don't want to do painting. I suck at it. You see my fish over here? I really tried my best. That's the best painting I've done in my whole life. Okay? I'm not a painter. I'm a speaker. That's what I like. That's my medium. So whatever your medium is, if you could monetize that, think about where your life would be. Think about how much more free time and energy you would have if you don't have to go to work to your 9-to-5 job. You can make money online by using these principles. Obviously, this is not going to be completed in a few weeks, But if you're someone who has already been growing yourself, if you've already been doing meditation, mastering a medium, if you already have some kind of art form, some kind of gift to share, then really this part is what trips people up a lot. And this part really only takes a couple of weeks to set up. With the proper guidance, the proper systems in place, you can set this up in just a few weeks. And you don't need a ton of followers or subscribers. So that's what I'm going to be helping you do in my course. If you want to have a free training where I introduce you to all of this in even more detail, then you can hop on my free training on January 11th, where I'm just going to be giving a live presentation. And I'm going to be telling you about the course. I'm going to be telling you how awesome it is, basically, and how it can help you turn your passion into your career. All right. So that's all I got to say here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was balancing spirituality and passion, and balancing the spiritual and the worldly. So we talked about how really the spiritual life and the worldly life aren't as different as people might think. Turns out that your spiritual growth actually fuels your motivation and your worldly pursuit. And when you make money and you succeed in the world, then you can actually grow more spiritually, because you'll have more free time and money to go on retreats and to eat healthy food and that kind of stuff. So we talked about this whole plan here. Step 1, raise your awareness using these practices like mindfulness meditation, reading books, contemplating, psychedelics, yoga. Hone yourself as an instrument by mastering a medium, practicing deliberately, leaning out of your comfort zone, having a vision, programming your subconscious mind with it, having a consistent morning routine, organizing your mind and your environment, having the correct diet and exercise. And then you can advertise with free content marketing, which there's a lot to know here actually about thumbnails, how to make a thumbnail, what title to use, how to record a video, lot to know there. But there's other channels like Think Media, for example. They'll tell you all this stuff for free. So this is the plan, basically. And I'm going to be putting together a course that's going to teach you in a lot more detail all of these steps in much greater detail that I'm really trying my best to go into now, and I'll have other videos in the future. And plus, there's free videos all over YouTube. So if you want to do this yourself, you don't need my help. You can do this yourself. Look, mindfulness meditation, learning, psychedelics, yoga, vision, clarity, practice, content marketing, email, lead magnet, reinvesting, how to manage your money. That's another one I need to talk about, managing your money, because if you're getting paid but you don't know what to do with the money once you get it, then you're fucked, basically. It's happened to me where I get paid and then I just spend it, and then I'm like, oh fuck, where'd that go? Where'd the money go? That's an issue. You need to learn how to save it, investing it, and spend it strategically. And that's what I've been having to learn as well. And now finally I got it figured out because of these books that I'm reading. They help. So I'm putting together a course that's going to cover all of this all in one place. And it's going to give you step-by-step instructions for how to take yourself from no passion, or you're confused about which passion to do, or maybe you have a passion but you want to monetize it. I'm going to be teaching you how to clarify your passion, get crystal clear about it, you know exactly what business you're in, how to hone yourself consistently as an instrument of God, an instrument of creativity, and how to actually set up the proper systems in place so that you can grow, you can impact more people, and you can get paid and reinvest so that this whole thing continues to grow exponentially. All right? If you're interested in that, you can check out my free training that's happening on January 11th at 7 p.m. EST. I'm giving a live seminar. You can come on, hang out, ask me some questions. There's going to be a Q&A at the end. And yeah, hope to see you there. All right? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.